Inside the AHSAA, your weekly look at Alabama prep athletics.
Welcome to the Alabama High School Athletic Association Weekly Update, heard exclusively on the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm Michael Forehand, and I bring this week's top stories from the AHSAA. Congratulations to Lincoln High School head volleyball coach Patty Hansen. Her Golden Bears beat BB Comer 25-3, 25-10, and Sylacauga 25-22, 25-23 Tuesday, and notched her 500th career match win in the process. Heather Pritchard and Carly Mullinax led the sweep. Pritchard had 11 kills and 6 service aces to lead Lincoln, now 8-6 on the season. Mullinax, who served 20 consecutive times in her first rotation before BB Comer scored its first point in the first game of that match, also had 9 service aces, 4 kills, and 8 assists. Elise Chandler added 2 aces, Carmen Morgan added 6 digs, and Kristen Woods 3 kills for Hansen's team. Coach Hansen's 22-year career record improved to 500 and 382 with the wins. She spent 6 years at Childersburg, 4 at Ragland, and the last 12 at Lincoln. On another important note, basketball coaches have a chance to hear 2 outstanding college coaches at the Basketball Lunch and Learn mini clinic at the AHSAA September 15th. Sanford coach Scott Padgett and University of Alabama women's coach Christy Curry are lined up to speak. Padgett is a former University of Kentucky and NBA player, and Curry is a former Big Ten championship coach with multiple NCAA tournament appearances, including the Sweet 16, Elite 8, a Final Four, and 1 appearance in the NCAA National Championship. This is a great venue to hear 2 highly successful college coaches tell their story, teach technique, and get to have a Q&A session with both. This opportunity does not come along every day. Middle and high school boys and girls basketball coaches are urged to register online. A complete itinerary and registration are available at www.ahsaa.com. The date is September 15th. See you there. When we come back, we'll look at last week's top prep football performances, and we'll take a peek at what we can expect this weekend as the AHSAA prep football season moves into week 3.
Russell Do-It Center and Russell Building Supply is locally owned and operated with over 30 years experience providing a wide array of lumber, building materials, hardware, electrical and plumbing supplies, paint, tools, and garden products. Our employees' superior product knowledge and top-notch customer service allows us to help select the best products that will work for you. We provide free product estimates and takeoffs, free local delivery, and ask about our price match promise. Russell Do-It Center and Russell Building Supply. Experience and knowledge from the pros.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Opp High School senior quarterback Orlando Lacey came very close to accomplishing a feat that has never been done before in AHSAA football annals. He was just 15 yards and 3 passing yards shy of having 300 yards rushing and passing in the same game. Lacey directed the Bobcats to a very tough 55-32 victory over Strong last Friday night, personally totaling 582 yards and accounting for 6 touchdowns to grab the AHSAA spotlight for Week 2 of the 2016 prep football season. Lacey was 16 of 19 passing for 297 yards and 3 touchdowns, and had 19 rush attempts for 285 yards and 3 more scores. His 582 total yards placed him tied for 6th in the HSAA record book for total yards in a single game with Speaks' Brandon Brown, who had 502 yards passing and 80 yards rushing in a 1992 game. Lacey's total, however, is by far the most balanced between rushing and passing in state history, and came in a difficult and very important region contest. Coach Brent Hill's senior playmaker averaged 15.3 yards per each of his 38 touches. Jack Poundstone of Trinity Presbyterian held the record before Friday night with 614 total yards in a 54-40 loss to Cordova in the Class 3A state playoffs in 2008. James Raines of Berry High School broke Poundstone's total offense record last Friday night with 631 total yards and a 71-22 win over Brilliant. Raines passed for 563 yards and 8 touchdowns, rushed for 68 yards and a night score. Berry led 57-14 at the half. Raines' passing yards was too shy of the state record set by Chris Smelly of American Christian in a 43-31 loss to Brantley in the semifinals of the Class 1A state playoffs in 2005. Smelly is now the head coach at American Christian. The 9 touchdowns accounted for by Raines tied a state record share by Hubert Bull's Tommy Haley Hicks and Victory Christian's Brent Gullidge. Haley Hicks's 9 rushing touchdowns came in a 76-52 win over Vina in 2008, and Gulledge's 9 TD passes came in a 70-6 win over Lyman Ward in 2004. Several milestones were reached last weekend, including Coach Ernie Willingham from Collinsville recorded the 100th coaching victory of his prep football coaching career in a 27-6 win over Eider. Now in his 16th year, Willingham is 170, including a coaching stint at Appalachian. In what turned out to be the highest-scoring game in the Decatur-Austin Series history, the Black Bears won in 3 overtimes, 37-35 at Oval Stadium. Coach Jeremy Perkins' team had several heroes, including Antonio Robinson, who had 3 rushing touchdowns, Tony Norman, who had a 10-yard rushing touchdown and a 2-point conversion in the second overtime, and another 9-yard touchdown run in the third overtime. Colin Moses' winning 2-point conversion in the third overtime, and defensive back Kyan Tapscott, who broke up the Decatur pass for the tying 2-point try in the third overtime to seal the win. Coach Jerome Tate's Lochapoka Indians set a single-game school scoring record with an 82-44 win over Autaugaville. The Eagles, now 11-5 in the series, won the first 8 dating back to 1984. The combined 126 points tied Phillips's 82-44 win over Vina in 2008 as the 8th most points scored by both teams in a single game in AHSAA history. Several games went down to the wire. Among these buzzer beaters were Akeem Walden of Dothan kicking a 22-yard field goal with 1 second left to lift the Tigers to a 15-14 victory over Russell County. Zach Ford of Calera kicked a 40-yard field goal as time ran out to lift the Eagles past Dallas County 25-22. Peyton Nichols of Russellville connected with Colin Garrison on an 11-yard touchdown pass with 2 seconds left in the game to lift the Golden Tigers to a 38-35 win over Lee Huntsville. Tanner Stamps of Central Florence fired a 39-yard touchdown pass to Connor Beavis with less than a minute to play as Central Florence beat Dashler 27-21 for his first win over the Tigers in 32 years. In other highlights from last weekend's games, Jartavius Whitlow of Lafayette was at it again. The senior quarterback was 15 of 18 for 193 yards and 4 touchdowns and had 191 yards rushing and 2 more scores on 10 carries with the unbeaten Bulldogs down Vincent 62-6. He finished with 384 total yards and accounted for 6 touchdowns. Devin Kimbrough of Sparkman completed 25 of 36 passes for 320 yards and 3 touchdowns and also ran for another score in a 29-22 win over Buckhorn. Scott McAlpine of Haleyville completed 28 of 29 passes for 359 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 42-0 win over Hamilton. And on the defensive side, Jason Jones of Fultondale returned an interception of 102 yards for 1 score, raced 45 yards for a touchdown on a punt return, and also had a 34-yard touchdown run from scrimmage as Fultondale beat Hanceville 59-8. Also check out the NFHS AHSAA TV network, where a number of football games are slated to be web streamed live this week through the NFHS Network School Broadcast Program platform. 19 sporting events are already lined up for this weekend, including an archery match produced by Jacksonville High School, several volleyball matches, and some of the state's top games, including Spain Park vs. Hoover, Blount vs. Saraland, Goshen vs. Luverne, Bessemer City vs. Hillcrest Tuscaloosa, and Florence's award-winning student-run crew live streaming the Falcons game with the unbeaten Hartsville. The complete list can be found at www.ahsaa.com and is NFHS TV link. And on Friday night, tune into the AHSAA Radio Network Football Scoreboard Show. The complete list of stations carrying the scoreboard show can be found at www.ahsaa.com. Until next week, this is Michael Forehand for the AHSAA Radio Network.